Hey, Matt Holmes here from V8 Video Academy, and in today's tutorial I just want to show you how to animate a line in Adobe After Effects. So I'll stop this animation here and we'll start from scratch. So delete that there. Okay, so I've got a composition here that is 1920 by 1080, it's 10 seconds long and I'm at 25 frames a second. So to start with, you want to grab your pen tool from the toolbar up here, and then we need to come over to the fill and stroke options. So to start, we'll turn the fill off, so click on the fill button here and just make sure that it's on none rather than solid color or any of the others. So we'll set it to none and press OK. And the stroke, you can set this to whatever width you want. So the higher the number, the wider your line's going to be. I'm going to set mine to 5. And then if you want to change the color of your line, just click on the color option here, and then you can choose your color from the color palette. I'm going to go with this orange. So now you want to create the shape of the line in any shape you want. You can also use the shape tool here to create any of these shapes, but you get more options and more flexibility if you use the pen tool, because you can create any shape you like. So we'll click on the pen tool and we'll start here. And I'm just going to draw a line. And by the way, if you need to curve the line like this, you just click and drag your mouse into the curve that you want. So I'm just going to create this quick dirty shape here. Okay, we'll go with that. So now we've got our line drawn, we want to animate it. So we'll come down to the timeline down here and select our shape layer and click on the arrow just here to open up the shape options. And over on the right here, you can see we've got this add with the arrow next to it. So we'll click on that, and then you want to come down to trim paths. So we'll now open up the trim path options. We're clicking this arrow just here. And you can see we've got a start and end percentage. So if I just take the end percentage here and I drag it back to 0, you can see the line animating on like that. So to animate it, we just want to come back to the beginning of the timeline. And we want to set a keyframe right at the beginning on the end percentage and set that percentage to 0. And then we want to move along a few seconds. I'm going to come to about 5 seconds here. And we change the end percentage to 100. So now if we click off this, we can see, if I drag this through, we can see that the line is now animating on. Now another cool thing we can do here is to change the start point. So if we come to about, let's say about 2 seconds here, and we'll set a keyframe on the start percentage here, just tapping that little stopwatch, and then we'll move along to around, let's say 7 seconds, and change the start percentage to 100. And now if I play this through, you'll see that we've got a trailing line now rather than just a solid line that stays on the screen. Another thing we can do is make the line dashed or dotted. So to do that, we'll come into the shape options here and then select the stroke. And down here we've got dashes, so we click on the dashes. So next to dashes we click on the plus icon. And now we can see that we've got these little dashes that's making up our line. But we can change various settings on the dash here. So as you can see, the default is 10, but if we drag this up, you can see that the lines, the dashes, are getting longer. Now what else we can do is press the plus button again here, and we can actually change the gap between each of the dashes. So now if I play this through, you can see we've got a little sort of trail of ants coming along the screen. Now what we can actually do as well is change the shape of these lines slightly. So if I zoom in so we can see it a bit clearer. And down here we've got line cap. So we've got butt cap, which is the default setting. Or we can also choose round cap, which is just going to make the dashes have a round end. And then we've got the projecting cap, which is just a slightly longer version of the butt cap. So that's worth playing around with. So to get this animation into your video project, you can either export it with a transparent background, or you can use Adobe Dynamic Link, which is a feature that Adobe offered quite a while ago now. They started offering that allows you to bring animations directly from After Effects straight into Premiere without having to render. Now, I've done tutorials on both of these options, exporting with a transparent background and Adobe Dynamic Link, so I'll link those up in the cards and the description below the video. So that's how you animate a line in Adobe After Effects. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions, or there's any other tutorials that you'd like me to make on Adobe Premiere or Adobe After Effects. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.